Well, hello everyone. Let's get that music down. Thank you very much. We do love that track, don't we? Joey's title music. Hello everyone. I'm not sure if we're live on Mixcloud today. It seems to be playing up at the moment, but we are on all our Facebook pages and groups, including for the first time ever in Student Hub. I don't know why we don't broadcast this in Student Hub. There's probably a good reason actually, but I'm sure I'll be told if there is. But anyway, welcome if you're watching us over there. Welcome if you're watching us in Global DJ Network. Welcome if you're watching us on our standard Facebook page. Hello on YouTube. Hello on Twitch. We are live. It's Thursday Q&A. Now we are about 45 minutes late. And the reason we're late is that here in Gibraltar, they had a power cut. All the power went off. I was in the middle of filming a lesson, actually. Luckily, it was on the laptop. And so the lights kind of flickered and everything. But we were all right. However, it did knock out the big broadcast computer that I'm on now. So anyway, it seems like they've sorted it all out. If we suddenly go off the air again, it will be because of the power situation going on here. It tends to not happen once, tends to happen 2 or 3 times over a period of a couple of hours or a day or something. So we might go off the air again, but God willing, we will stay here and we'll stay live. So welcome everyone. It's your half hour now. It's about you. It's about your questions about your DJing. So anyone who is in possession of a copy of this, and if you're not, you can get one just by joining Digital DJ Tips. I will give you one for free, so head there and you can get a PDF of this. It's our book on how to DJ, and in here we divide DJing into 5 big areas: gear, music, techniques, playing out and promoting yourself. It's kind of on page 2 here. So that's the way we teach DJing. You know, you got to get the gear right, the geeky stuff. You've got to get the music, because without the music you're nothing. You've got to get the techniques, how to play. You've got to be able to play out, and you've got to be able to promote yourself to get those gigs. Once you get those 5 things, you're on the way. So that's what I'm asking for your questions in. Any of those 5 areas: the gear, the music, playing out, promoting yourself, DJ techniques. You ask, because that's what we're here for today. So, you know, we've got 24 DJ courses now with 25,000 students who we teach. We are the biggest DJ school in the world. We also have our YouTube, our Facebook, our digitaldjtips.com and all that kind of stuff. But we do this twice a week as well, on a Tuesday and Thursday, just to help you get better as DJs and producers. And that's what this is all about if you've just joined us for the first time. I'm Phil. I'm the founder of Digital DJ Tips. And welcome everyone. I can see lots and lots of locals all here, which is awesome to see. And remember, if you want a copy of the book, that's where you've got to go. Become our latest subscriber. Loads of people saying hello as always. Hi to Fizz, FMBR, DJ Lady Beats. Always good to see you here. To Marvin and Nikita and Landon and John, who says nice setup. Yeah, can't argue with that setup, can you? To Jerry and King K and everyone who's just kind of saying hello. It's good to have you all here as ever. And I am going to jump straight into your questions. So the first question I have today is from Marvin, who says, is it safe for me to update my Apple software to work with my Serato DJ software? So I'm assuming you mean your operating system. And yes, it is. Serato now works fine. It's all confirmed with current OS. So you are good to do that. You know, generally the rule is leave it quite a long time, because why not? You know, if as soon as they say a new version of the OS is coming, upgrade to the old one, right? So that's always the best way with performance specific software such as DJ software and so on. You don't want it to fail on you in public, do you? But yeah, you're fine at the moment for the latest Mac OS. So just a big hello to Brent. Good to have you here, Brent. Thanks to everyone who's just posting encouragement. It's always good to see. Martin says, I joined the Facebook group, looking forward to all the help, and I'm looking forward to meeting and talking to new people. So I'm sure you're going to love the Facebook group, Martin. A brother named Sharm says, I see Mixcloud is still not sorted. Thank goodness for Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, we sent the signal to Mixcloud and nothing happened. It happened again last on Tuesday as well. So we need to look a bit more into that. Maybe we'll just set up our connection again and make sure it's all tight. It's a me, DJ Mario says, I have a music storage question. Where do you keep it after you download it? Do you have a music folder? Do you keep it on your desktop or on a hard drive? Do you have folders within those folders? Do you separate by genre and so on? It's a really good question. And it's something that we go into in a lot of detail in our courses. The Complete DJ course, we go into a lot of detail for it. And Digital DJ Lab, our subscription program, we go into a lot of detail about this. But to cut it short, always keep your music, take it out of the desktop, take it off the downloads folder, always keep your music in somewhere that makes sense. And, normally the music folder or my music folder is a good place on your hard drive. Try and keep it on your computer. There's no need to have an external hard drive nowadays. You should have a music collection that's small and lean enough to keep on the hard drive in your computer. It's just one less thing to fail. And I think there's no need at all to do anything regarding dividing it into folders or anything like that. Throw it all in one folder and then sort it out in your DJ software. There's no reason, just like you wouldn't organize your photos in folders unless you had a good reason to, there's no reason to organize your music in folders. Your DJ software is the best place to do that. So I hope that helps you. It's me, DJ Mario. Thoughts on the new update from Rekordbox, says Daddy Doe. So I'm assuming you mean the Rekordbox version 6 as opposed to like the stuff they've changed in 6.1. Unless there's an update that happened today I haven't heard of. Rekordbox 6 is something that is dividing people because it's gone subscription, right? And the cloud features are a bit clunky. I would say, as we were talking about with operating systems earlier, stick with Rekordbox 5 for the time being. Most people have, it seems. Wait till they get to Rekordbox 6.5 or something and iron out the issues with it. Is my tip there. It's me, DJ Mario, says it's very laggy today. I think we're probably all right, DJ Mario. It's all looking very strong on Restream, which we use to send it out to the world. So maybe there's a gremlin in the system, but we have had a power cut, so maybe it's our internet here in Gibraltar that's a bit today. It happens. It's a small country. When little things like that happen, we do have to deal with all kinds of quirks as everything gets up. That's where a house generator comes in handy, says Leslie. Indeed, we do have a house generator here, but the trouble is it takes 2 seconds to kick in and 2 seconds when the power comes back on again. So we keep getting these outs, which just throw everything off the air. So they haven't seemed to crack the continuous current when the generator kicks out. All right, so hello to DJ Trainwreck, who says Facebook kept on freezing up on me. So someone else who's got problems there with it. Hopefully it will iron itself out. Brent says, we have gotten used to load shedding of power here in South Africa. Yeah, the brownouts. It can be very annoying when practicing, prepping or performing. Thank goodness most of our main event venues have generators. It happens, doesn't it? Stephen says, I've just discovered crate hackers and club killers. Any view on these, Phil, in respect to curation? All right, then. So there's two things here. Crate hackers and club killers is a download pool. So Club Killers is a place where you can go and subscribe and get music to DJ with. It could have intro edits, outro edits, short edits, DJ friendly edits, clean edits, all the kind of stuff that DJs want, commercial upfront music, they tend to get from a download pool if they play a lot of gigs, because you pay your $20, $30, $50 a month and you can have as much music as you want. So I've kind of simplified it a bit there, but that's what a download pool is. So Crate Hackers is a bit different. Crate Hackers is something that basically it's a playlist service. They give you lists of tracks that go well together, that are updated. My view is very simple. I don't think anyone, if you are a creative DJ and you're doing this for passion, I don't understand why you would want to let anyone else give you a playlist. If you're a mobile DJ and you class yourself as an entertainer, you're an MC, you've got videography going on, you've got to handle the speeches and you've got to handle, and music is part of what you do, but not a big part. Well, yeah, maybe then having someone pick your music for you is a great thing. It doesn't work for me, but I'm sure it does for some people. This idea of having someone pick your music for you, and that's what Crate Hackers is. But I'd love to know what you think, guys and girls. Have you tried Crate Hackers? Have you tried the key and BPM match playlists that these dudes kick out? Is it something you find useful? I'd love to know. Thanks for the question, Stephen. William says, I'm at the very start of deciding what gear to buy first. First step is what controller. Going to need a bit more advice than that. Stephen is over on Facebook, so if you want to help Stephen over there, just dive in and do so. It'd be good to get a conversation going there with Stephen. I would say for your first controller, buy something small and cheap, Stephen, because you don't know if in a year's time you're still going to want to be doing this. And if you buy a $300 controller now, you better sell it for $150, $200 in a year or two's time anyway, so you won't have lost much on it. And then you'll know what's important to you to make your next investment, which will be the $8, $9, $1,000 type devices. And I would say the DDJ 400 from Pioneer is a good one, and the DDJ SB3 from Pioneer is a good one as well, depending on whether you want to use Serato or Recordbox, which is Pioneer's software. And both of those controllers also work with Virtual DJ, which is another one of your software choices. So they're the ones I'd go for, Stephen, as a kickoff. Sorry, William, as a kickoff. Okay, John says, hey Phil, I've tried the new Pioneer CDJ 3000s and it really is pro gear. It certainly is pro gear. The CDJ 3000s, there they are, zoomed out now. That's our desk that you don't often see it here at Digital DJ Tips. I can zoom in again if we want. There we go. Hey, I have the power, people. They're the Pioneer CDJ 3000s and they are very, very professional indeed. Extremely expensive. But yeah, they're very, very nice. We've enjoyed very much having them here. And we don't want to send them back to Pioneer, but we will be doing it at some point. Can't disagree with you there. Wonderful gear to play on. So thank you for helping DJ Mario out over on YouTube. It's Blake Blonde says, I have my folders separated into genres and then artists. That is similar to what YouTube will do for, iTunes, or what's now called Music, will do for you. I wouldn't bother with any of that. I just let my DJ software do it, unless you've got a good reason to, and I'm sure Blake has, but that's my advice. Adler says, I'd like to have a poster with the Camelot wheel. Do you know where you can buy it? Well, no, but you could go to Google Images and you could just download one and print it off on your printer, couldn't you? That could be a way to do it. The Camelot wheel is a special wheel for showing you how to key mix. So this is what it looks like. It's a really easy way of knowing what mixes into what when you are key mixing. So as long as you mix into a square that is adjacent to the key of the track you're currently playing, so if you're playing an 8A track down at the 8 o'clock slot, then you can mix into a 9A, a 7A or an 8B, or at a push you can mix across to a 9B or a 7B as well. And that's basically how it works. I mean, you don't need to have this at all. And the reason you don't need to have it is the rules are very simple. Go up or down a number, or go to the other letter and stay the same on the number. Or if you want to do it the way I just described it, with at a push, just go up or down a number. You know, as long as the track you're mixing in is an 8 something, you can mix into a 7 something or a 9 something. So you really, as long as your DJ software can analyze and show you the Camelot key system, which is based on the circle of fifths, which is what they teach musicians. But as long as your DJ software can show you that, and as long as you remember to put master tempo or key lock on, that will work. But it's maybe people want a poster of it. I understand that. I'd just go and find the biggest image I could on Google Images and download it and print that one off if it were me, or take it to your local print shop. Oisin says, there's some local studios near me. I've booked one for Saturday and it has a 2000 Nexus setup. As a Serato DJ, do I need to export my tracks through Recordbox before going? No, take your laptop. Make sure you've got a lead so you can plug from Ethernet to your laptop into the router on their 2000 system, and you should be fine to go. I would make sure that they've got all the firmware updated and that they have got them all. Networked together. I can't remember if you need a special driver on your laptop to use Serato with it. I don't think you do, but you might do. Might be worth just double checking on the Pioneer download page and see if there's a little driver you need on your laptop. I can't remember. Maybe someone can help us with that. But no, you should be good to go. Of course, if you've got internet there, you could just take you 2 minutes to download it there. No, you'd be good to go. Have fun. Enjoy the 2000s. It'd be good to cover something on the COVID restrictions, as it seems to have killed bookings and incomes. What are the latest rules, says Freebot? Well, they're different everywhere. They're imposing more rules now across Europe, not fewer. So this isn't going to go away until they find a vaccine, I don't think. So get used to it. I'd say that the important thing here is not to wish gigs to come back, just to find something to do now. Live streaming, learning production, making mashups, whatever. Find something to do now to fulfill yourself, because gigs aren't going to come back in any way, shape or form worth talking about for quite a long time. Girthy, my man, not seen you for a long time. We were just talking about you, literally just talking about you last night. So we haven't seen Michael for a while. Where's he gone? And you're back. Everything feels good again now, Michael. Good to have you. Michael is one of our long-term students and friends of Digital DJ Tips. And we've missed you, Michael. So good to have you back, my friend. Richard says, how do you know when best to transition with EQ or just use the low-pass or high-pass filters? So this is a good one, really, because, the point here is that you've got choices. So let's go back to the gear. You've got choices here. When you're transitioning, and I'll shout because I'm a bit further away from the microphone, you can use these here to transition. So if I'm get that track playing again there, you probably can't hear that actually. Let me just turn that on so you can hear it. There we go. So you can transition into another track. I won't bother transitioning now. Using the filter. Or you can do it using the EQs. That's similar to what I just did on the filter there, taking the highs or the bass out. Or you can do it just using the volume, of course. So, that was a good blue screen, wasn't it? So, sorry if that was a bit hard to hear, the microphone's here. So, the answer is, filters sound more musical, EQs are just more plain. And really, it depends on whether you want to be showing off and people can hear you or altering the records, or whether you just want to be mixing smoothly. Also depends on what you're doing with the other hand, because with a filter, you can take all the bass out of a track or all the top out of a track with one hand, whereas with EQs, you need to use two hands. It just depends on the mix. I mean, as always, the advice we give is record what you do. So try a transition 2 or 3 times, try it with EQs, try it just with volume, try it with filter, and record the results and listen back and decide what you think works for you. I tend to chop it up. I tend to like to use both. But generally, it's if I want to make a show of a track arriving or leaving that I'll use filter. And if I'm trying to keep my mixing lower key, I'll use EQ. I just got an email from Traktor saying they just released 3.4, says DJ Timothy Callahan, with smart playlists, which I'm excited about. Yeah, Traktor has just released a new version. We did review the beta of it when it came out, but it has just released a new version. And to be honest with you, there's an awful lot in it. I'm reading from the email here now. In fact, I can't share that with you. It's on a different window. They've got smart lists or smart playlists. You can now sort by secondary columns. So you can sort by BPM, then genre, for instance. It's got a lot of improvements to just the way the library works and little buttons and things that have always been a bit broken that work better now. And a lot of fixes as well, just the little niggly things, some keyboard shortcuts that didn't work. They fixed some weird stuff with non-Latin characters and so on. It's a really big long list of probably 60 or 70 things that they've mended in Traktor 3.4. So well done, Traktor team. And yeah, Traktor users, go and download it. This question is from Roman, who's in Prague, who says, Rekordbox has announced streaming with Tidal. Does it work only with the new version 6.1? Right, that is one of the big changes, yes. And yes, it does. It only works with 6.1 onwards. Hello, Ernesto. Richard says, hi, Phil. Oh, no, we've covered that question there. Thank you, Richard, for that. Solitary Radio says, as a club DJ, do you have playlists that you use, or do you just play what you feel in the moment? Great question, Solitary DJ Radio. And the big rule here is never play from your full library. Look, in your DJ software, your full library has probably got anything from 600 tracks to 6,000 tracks or even more. You should never be playing from this, people, because there's too many tracks. You're going to be sat there staring at it like this. Think or like this, actually. Never play from your library. The way to be spontaneous, but also to be present, in other words, to have time for the dance floor, to have time for enjoying the music, to have time for the people around you, and still be spontaneous, is to pack a playlist. But that playlist should be twice as much music as you're going to need. So if you're going to play a 2-hour set and you play 20 tracks an hour, then pack 40 tracks. And think about every one of those. Think about what you definitely want to play tonight, what you'd like to play, what your plan B tracks are. Look at your history playlists for that venue and say what's worked in the past. Have some daring tracks that you'd really like to try out. And basically, imagine you were going and they were the only 40 tracks you had. Would you be able to play that set? And if you would be able to play that set, then you've done your job. If not, work harder on that playlist. And then at the gig, only play from that playlist. Now, of course, if there's a request for something you've got that isn't in that playlist, or there's something you desperately want to play that you didn't think about when you were planning the list, then go into your main collection. But the idea is that it keeps you present and in the moment, and it gives you enough music to go on different twists and turns, but it doesn't paralyze you staring at that screen. So I hope that is useful for you. That's definitely a big thing in the book, by the way. We go into a lot of detail about that. We've got something called the playlist pyramid in the book, where we talk you through, it's this bit here, We talk you through how to go from all the world's music at the bottom all the way up to the music you actually play in your gig at the top, and all the process you should be going through to make sure that you play an absolutely fantastic set. So again, if you the book is on Kindle, it's in all good bookstores. You can get it on Audible as well. But if you want a copy of that book, you can get it for free as a PDF as our latest subscriber. And all members can get it, of course. All Digital DJ Tips members can get it. If you've lost your copy or you never downloaded it, by going to my profile at the top right of the website. But come and join us and grab your free copy of the book. Duncan says, can I slow the pitch fader down on the S2 Mark III as it's really fast and it can be quite tricky to accurately select the BPM when mixing? Yes, there is a pitch range control. It's in the settings. I'm not sure if it's on the unit itself, which will make the pitch range smaller so that it's a finer control to use. So go and change the pitch range control. Mixmaster G, hello Mixmaster G. If your mission critical apps don't force you and you don't need the new features, then don't update for both OS as well as apps. And I agree with that, Mixmaster G. Leave it as late as you can. But we're all geeks, aren't we? We do like the new features. So somewhere in the middle, I think. Leave it a good few months. Let everyone else be the guinea pigs. I love the streaming directly from BeatSource Live in Serato. Any thoughts, says Leslie? Yeah, it's great. It's great to be able to have streaming services in your DJ software, music streaming services. I don't think they're going to replace a local library anytime soon, but they're certainly a good complement to having a local library. Chris says, have you seen the new features that Play TV have just announced on the streaming site, taking things to a new level? We've been keeping an eye on Play TV. So Play TV is like a site that will let you stream your DJ sets in the way that Mixcloud does, and they're looking like they're developing all right. When we think they're ready to tell our listeners or viewers about, we will. We want to see archiving of sets on there, and we want to see a bit more traction on that site as well. You know, if you're going to commit to a streaming site, you want to know it's going to be there tomorrow, and you want to know that they're proven. In the same way, you wouldn't update to an OS unless you know it all works fine. So you can check them out, play.tv. They're a brand new kind of streaming site that's got DJ stuff going on it and so on. I think it's at play.tv anyway. But thank you for reminding us about that. Good social media team over there, because we do get a reminder that that site exists quite a lot. So obviously doing a good job, Play TV people. All right then, next question is from, I'm just scanning. Ore is agreeing that Recordbox 6 is not currently his favourite. Friends have had problems with it as well, says Ore, so there you go. Do you think Pioneer will release an update to the DJM Nexus 2 anytime soon? DJM 900 Nexus 2, the mixer. I don't know. I've not heard any sniffs that there's anything coming. There's nothing wrong with it. So not sure. Certainly not anytime soon, I wouldn't say. The next question is, I'm just scanning them as we go through, hence the slight pause. What is the best OBS software to use with Chromebooks? I can only find Streamlab in the Play Store and it's not working that well for me. Okay, so this is a live streaming issue. When you use a Mac or a PC, Windows PC, to live stream, you can use software called OBS, which will let you do all your scenes. We're using similar software here now. That's how I can switch to, you know, the overhead camera there and all that kind of stuff. So we're using software like that now. And when you're live streaming your DJ sets, you're going to want to use software like that as well. The problem is that Chromebooks only run browser-based stuff, right? But there is a helping hand here, because if you want to use something called Restream, which is what we use, and this will confuse the hell out of you because there is a delay on this, but I'll show you Restream. This is Restream. You can see me there totally out of sync because this is about 20 seconds behind reality. If you use Restream, and look, you can see here, this is how we stream to all the different platforms at once. So I can see that there's about 240 people live watching this across our network at the moment. So if you use Restream, you can actually go live from within this platform. So you go to their website, click go live, and you can get it all working from in there. So you don't need software to do it with. So I would say maybe try that. Maybe try Restream. It has a free option. I'm not sure if you get the go live from within Restream in the free option, but it doesn't cost an awful lot to subscribe to that. So you might want to try that in your Chromebook. There's a problem with Chromebooks, isn't it? You know, it's harder to get some of the apps that you want there. You know, you can't use stuff that you're kind of maybe used to. One or two more questions and I've got to go, unfortunately. It's a bit shorter today thanks to the power cut we had here. Radislaw says CDJ 3000 or stick with the 2000. Definitely the 3000 if you're going to go and buy new. It's a massive improvement on the 2000 and it's the same price. So that is a little bit of a no-brainer there. Chris says, you've released music production for DJs, a beginner's guide to making dance music in Ableton. It would be nice to release one for Logic Pro, which I'm using. It would indeed, Chris. And it's something that is on our roadmap. But obviously, most DJs tend to use Ableton. So that's just why we did the Ableton one first. But yes, we agree with you totally. It would be nice to have that. Christian says, I hope you're doing great. I am, thank you. I'm starting as a DJ producer. I want to do it as a hobby. Should I clarify that on my social media or not? No, don't. No one cares if you're doing it as a hobby or doing it as a profession or anything. No, just tell people you're a DJ. That's enough. Fiasco, yes, it is. Some people might say it isn't, but in my opinion, it is. And the question was, is 320 kilobits per second MP3 good enough for festivals? In your opinion, says DJ Trainwreck, in the Save Your Arse crate, in other words, your music that will get you out of empty dance floors, what do you feel is a good number of songs? 20. Have 20 songs in that crate. All right then. Craig is just jealous of someone in one of the groups who posted a picture of two CDJ 3000s that they've just bought. That made me well gel. I asked when will they be opening their own nightclub. Yeah, you don't need to buy the CDJ 3000s for home DJing. What you want to look out for is Pioneer's next all-in-one unit, because all that goodness from the CDJ 3000s will trickle down into their next all-in-one unit, the replacement for the RX2, for instance. I think that would be quite a nice unit. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know when it's coming, but it will come and it will be pretty cool. Final question then. Sorry, there's loads of questions I couldn't get to today because we've had to cut this short, but my team will get to you underneath. And please help each other out in the comments underneath. Martin says, is there any reason not to sync just to match the BPMs, turning it off again straight away and not actually using it come to mix? It seems a no-brainer for me. You're bang on, Martin. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't just hit sync. And if you want to beat sync yourself manually using your headphones from there on in, just turn it off again. Because otherwise, it's just taking you a bit longer to find the right BPM on the fader. So no reason not to at all, Martin. And that's actually the way I DJ. I just use sync to match the BPMs. And then because I was brought up on vinyl, I'm really cool with doing the rest the way I've always done it. One final thing to tell you guys and girls is in just 5 days time, we're launching very, very excited about this. We're launching our brand new DJ course and we've made it with Laid Back Luke. And it is all about making re-edits, mashups and bootlegs that you can play in your DJ sets, making versions of songs that are unique to you. It could just be making an intro edit or an outro edit or a short version of a song, cutting out the breakdown or doubling the size of the drop or whatever. Or it could be a mashup you've always wanted to make, or it could be a full-on bootleg version of one of your songs. We teach you how to do it all in this new course with Luke. Now, it's going to be available very soon, but you have to go here. djtips.co/Luke-VIP. djtips.co/Luke-VIP. And if you go there, do it straight afterwards and register, you will be put on a list where we will let you know when it goes live instantly, and you get to save a lot of money. But you got to be on that list. So head over there, djtips.co/Luke-VIP, Luke-VIP. If you're interested in that, we'll let you know, and you get a chance to save a lot of money, 35% actually on its usual price. So it's exciting for us. We're looking forward to launching that. I've got to go now, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it today. And if you want to join in again to ask more questions, you didn't get your question answered today, we're here the same time next week, and we're here every Thursday at this time as well. Alan says, how does it compare to the current Laid Back Luke course? It's completely different. It's just Laid Back Luke's teaching it. The current one is all about creative mixing. This one is about making your own re-edits, mashups and bootlegs that you can then use in your DJing. This uses Ableton Live. The current one uses DJ Gear. So that's the difference. Right, I have to go now, people. Get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again very soon. And sorry we were late. I'm blaming the power cut. See you later. Bye.